The fires came from the east side of the valley, so it caught the field where those lights are on fire. It was on the ground here. It was everywhere, even the hills just to the west of us. In the wine industry, it's like we've survived Prohibition, we've survived 2 world wars, we've survived, pandemics and phylloxera and all. And you know what? We're still here.
Hi there. Whew. We had a really long day. Nobody's here anymore, it's only us for dinner in the bus. And some really interesting thing happened today because we were about to play for the people who work for the power company here, who are rebuilding the power lines for Napa. And so we took the violins and went outside because we saw they are on a break. And their boss didn't want them to be filmed, so we couldn't film. Then we started playing for them, and they suddenly almost all of them left because they were called for some emergency, and then they had to go. And then there's another group that came, and some of them took some videos, but we didn't have time to talk to them, although I promise we played.
Can you believe this? It's pretty awesome.
So instead, we made a music video for you guys that you can watch on Music Caravan's website.
So tired, completely chicken fried. Good night. Good morning everyone. I found the best ASMR experience. I have to get ready because we're about to participate in a wine and music pairing that will be remembered for many generations. So we are here with Jim and Gwen, and here's a selection of wine that Jim have for us. The idea is to pair a wine with a piece of music that we're going to play. So Jim is going to pick the first wine, right?
Yes.
Then we play something, and then we see what happens.
Yeah.
And musicians always play much better with a glass of wine.
Fantastic. As a winery, we support the arts. Our world is better living through food, wine, and the arts, and this is just a really special opportunity. So let's get to it. Let's do some wine and music pairings.
Yeah.
We have a really fascinating selection here, and the first one I'm going to start with is our Chenin Blanc. And when the Mondavi family purchased this winery 75 years ago, Chenin Blanc was widely planted on this property. But it's a very traditional style Chenin Blanc. And we can have a spirited debate. I'm all for that.
I'm always trying to imagine like what I would eat with it, an image of the food that would go with it.
Immediately when you said that, I was thinking brie in a baguette.
Very specifically, Delice. Think about Delice, Bourgnon. That super creamy with pear, a little ripe Bartlett pear, because this has this really nice Bartlett pear fruit to it, and it has tons of acidity.
This is spry and lively.
So crispy, yeah, it's very,
Yeah, awakening.
yeah. What would we play with this?
I was thinking like very refreshing.
Yes.
But then also it has some like elegance at the same time, so I wouldn't go too much of just excitement only.
Vivaldi usually is very picturesque. Like the Four Seasons, you can really see the dogs barking after the sheep, and they have almost the smells are there, right? The wind under the door in winter when you're sitting by the fire. It's very ethereal. It's just like suspended. It's almost like a cold morning, like it's just fresh, that makes you invigorated. Let's try one of the Vivaldis.
Okay.
you hear the goat herd sleeping in the meadows while the dog is barking all over the place?
I love just kind of the pace of it, and it to me was elegant and it was lively, and yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a beautiful pairing. So that makes me want to drink Chenin Blanc. So what are your favorite wines?
I like Malbec because my region of heart in France is Cahors. The wine there has an emotional, history with me, and it's 100% Malbec. It's a wine that has to fight for his life between the rocks.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right, there's a earthiness to this wine and to the sun.
We didn't speak about the piece.
Krunk. Krunk for Kruk.
Oh, cool.
There is this song, Armenian composer called Komitas, who wrote this song called Krunk, which means the crane, the bird.
Oh.
And it's about migrants, right? There's an Armenian who had to flee from genocides and things. And it's really meaningful for Armenians in Helena. They asked us to play that when we play the courtyard concerts.
All right.
So this is what you're pairing with Malbec.
You guys made me cry.
Feels like Malbec, no?
Nice. That's a really deep song.
One of the greatest gifts.
Oh my gosh. It's so emotional.
Seriously, it's like this is such a gift to be able to experience the purity of what you do.
Yeah.
So
We are all living our lives in different ways.
And I think with COVID, what they realized is that music is something that is really connecting your soul to the universe on the most primal level, with a visceral connection that you can create with a human being.
So you're giving your gift to everybody that you come in touch with. It's like, I just want to share this with everybody. It's like, oh my God, I want to call people, and I'll remember this every day of my life.
And as music and wine made their magic, the conversation and bonding continued late in the night.
What I can do is actually let you guys have a couple of the bottles to enjoy tonight.
Hopefully you don't find us sleeping in the middle of the in the morning.
It would not be the first time.
Luna, you fell asleep mid-sentence. So what do you do when you have a VW Bus from 1971 and you wake up in the morning, or not quite wake up yet? Well, you check the oil. Let's go check the oil. It's a little dirty in here because the roads are very dusty and we didn't have a chance to clean, but it is the engine. Dusty. You. Hello. Not too bad. Color is good. Let's put the dipstick in. Wait a little bit because the engine is cold, so the oil is cold, so it needs to coat it nicely. Take it out and check. We're good. Dipstick that has a thermometer on it, so it actually doesn't show the oil temperature, it shows when it's overheating. There's a little light that comes up, and that's good. Plug back the wire for the oil pressure, and we're good. Oil checked, and we're good to go. And meanwhile, Yoon does the dishes. I'm cleaning the engine, she cleans the dishes. And you have to see how dirty our sweet little bus got from the dirt road. We've never been as dirty. It looks like we just went into the desert and did some like crazy racing there. Look at that. Bye bye. Miss you.
Such a happy dog.
Well, goodbye. Thank you so much. That's really nice.
After a few days in this magical place, it's once again time to leave our new friends and get back on the road to ride towards new adventures.
But first, we have to make our bus ready to soon cross the border to Oregon.
This is the way to clean the solar panel.
But that is a story for another time.
Hello.
Want to say hi or ask a question? Leave us a message on your favorite social media outlet. And if you want to support us in music as a borderless inspiration for all, please join the Music Caravan family through the support link on our website. À la prochaine!
안녕!